Especially not if you are trying to go to sleep, trying to relax, or just want to hear an interesting story. We played a bit of it this morning, and let me check one thing real quick. Let's turn that off. Make sure it's going to continue without loading the wrong thing. Gonzo knows about train time. Okay, we're good. So a number of things happened this morning. We inherited the Orphean from its previous captain, who unfortunately passed away as we were their first officer. We found New Winchester, and we heard of a few prospects that might get us a few sovereigns, which are like the coins in this game, which is great because we don't have a lot, and it really stinks to be poor right now. So we're looking for seeds and nectar to bring to Magdalene's. We really want to get there in the first place because this game, it's kind of one of those with like a sanity mechanic. So we have down here in the bottom left that I believe it's called terror in this game. Terror bad. We don't want to be scared on the skies. We've already found a sky maddened captain who is currently in our cargo hold. I think we need to take him to Magdalene's if I remember right. And we don't want to be like him. So we do need access to Magdalene's pretty early on. We just don't know where it is the problem. And we found ourselves here at Carrion. Kind of a sanatorium spa situation run by devils. It's a weird place if you haven't been here before. But I think you're going to like it as we explore it a little bit together. Also, massive thank you, Denny, for the sale, for the hangs, and for the raid. I appreciate you trusting your community with me. And good to see all of you still here. Thank you for waiting while we swap things over. We've already gone through the foyer. We've talked to the head deviless, the person in charge, who's tasked us with like a side quest here. I think she thinks one of her like therapists isn't doing his job properly, basically. In essence. So I guess let's try traveling around. Carry on. It is broken into terraces where most of the soul treatments take place. Oh god, there are so many. We have the Gaslight Terrace, the Bell Garden, the Checkerboard Garden, Stunted Grove, the Garden of Insatiable Roses, and a few we can't access yet. Let's see. I need a stained soul to be admitted here? When did I get a stain on my soul? What did I do? I've done nothing. We can get an ordeal here, a shift of perspective here, deprivation, enlightenment, interesting. I don't remember where she said the gentleman started working. Let's go to the Bell Garden? Or, no. Let's go for the shift of perspective. The Checkerboard Garden. It is reached by a flight of wrong-sized steps. The risers too steep, and the flats too narrow. It's not a long journey, but by the time you come out onto the plane of the checkerboard, your calves are hurting. The devils are playing tricolor chess with some of the penitents. White pieces, red pieces, pieces the color of a flourishing wind. Around the edges of the board sit the patients who have already been captured or who were never part of the game to begin with. Let's see. I feel like I can consider this guy without risk. This usually means there's like a risk of something. Let's consider the rubbery man. He stands at the edge of the board, ignored by the players. No one has dressed him for the chess game or let him enter the board. He has tentacles? Okay. He stands off to one side, tentacles squirming. Writhing introduction. He's surprised that you approach him. He moves to make room for you in case you are merely trying to occupy his space. When you speak to him, he offers you a squishy handshake. By various signals, gestures, and directions of his eyes, He indicates that he has come here looking for his place in the world. I have met a rubbery penitent. Hmm. The devil with the rose-colored gloves is our mark. That's the guy we're checking out on for some reason or another. So, let's ask him about him, and then hope we can understand the answer. Startling. The rubbery man holds up one tentacle, representing the devil with the rose-colored gloves. Then he holds up another tentacle. After a moment, he twists the two together. Are the tentacles meant to be kissing? Is that what this is? When you look blank, the rubbery man repeats the pantomime several times. Perhaps the devil has a lover. Perhaps the devil loves the rubbery man. Perhaps the devil enjoys exotic forms of dance. Well, that's unhelpful. I guess maybe the game of chess is a better diversion. Let's see if we can game that shift of perspective, maybe? Those who name drop, who aim too high, who spend too much time in low company, who do not know their place, they wind up here. Fuck. Shit. All you have to do is wait. The flourishing king used French expressions liberally in conversation. Until the penitent recovers from this inclination, he has a locked tongue to prevent so much as speaking the name of superior. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. We've gained some terror. That blows. I'm going to be honest. That's really shitty. That's not good. Let's leave this place. Let's get out of here, I think. Shouts behind us. The White Queen is captured just as you go. There's no time to look back at the match in progress. Maybe let's not stay here if it's gonna be building our terror. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay, maybe we try one more. Just one more. That's a treat. We've earned entry here. I don't know how you do it, Mel, but I could easily fall asleep right now. I don't know. Ask Soprando. He calls me melatonin. Maybe it's just maybe it's just part of the brand. Alright, let's take a look at the Garden of Insatiable Roses. Only penitents with stained souls may visit the Garden of Insatiable Roses. The path runs around the side of Carrion to an area that cannot be seen at all from the center. It's a narrow and unassuming path, almost overgrown, and the ground underfoot is soft earth. Let's see. Let's identify that scent. It lingers in the air, mingled with the rose scent and the smoke. Wood from the back of a wardrobe, folded newspaper, musty correspondence, the smell of a mother's hidden keepsake drawer opened by a child. By the fence, there is a composting pile. Thousands of worms are reducing to mulch. Hold me. Okay. Thousands of worms are reducing to mulch a heap of unacceptable book matter. Most of the books were confiscated from penitents. Now and then the compost catches fire and a supervising devil has to put it out. But this fertilizer explains the aggression of the plants that grow here. Let's approach the hellish penitent. He is participating in a picnic. At the center of the garden is a picnic banquet. There's too much frosting on all the cakes, too much oil in the salads, but several of the penitents sit glumly eating with only their own clothes for napkins. The deviless sits among them, eating treacle from a jar. That must be a British food. Treacle? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I guess let's ask what the deviless is doing here. She's paying a price on her own behalf. Supposedly, says the deviless between bites. The souls of devils are incapable of being refined. You make some adjustments, improve here and there, but then a death or two later and all the work is gone. But I'm determined. If humans can be improved, so can I. I think let's leave her alone. And I don't know, 13% chance of success. Ugh, and we already gained some terror. I don't really want to risk it. Damn. I think let's leave carry on. We don't really have true business here yet. The vegetable smell fades. When you get to the end of the path, it feels as though you've forgotten something. Something that you knew very recently. Alright, let's get out of carry on. Let's get out of here. Let's leave. So we have a few places we need to try and reach. This would be the second gameplay loop. The one that isn't making decisions and reading a lot. We are a captain after all, and we have skies to soar across. Let's see. Where were we? We need to kind of make our way, yeah, like around the circle clockwise. But it's nice seeing the two terraces we went to. We're gonna have to make this trip on pretty limited supplies. We're down to 2 fuel and 3 supply caches. That is not a lot. Especially not when entering into the great unknown of the sky. Ah, now I know why you picked this game for stream. Which reason, Gonzo? All of the reading or all of the reading? I think we'd come by this way. We just need to head. I think there might be a right over here, maybe? The reading for sure. Yeah, I think for larger, or maybe the secret third thing. This close to the mother of mountains, the sky grows cold. Your crew don coats and gloves. It's the reading for sure. Or maybe the secret third thing. More reading. Yeah, I think for larger decisions, because there are rather sizable decisions to be made later on. Schwarz's oath. Amazing. We can put out polls or something to that effect and let chat decide. But for the mundane, port-to-port choices, I'm happy to take that on. The sacrifice I'll make for you. To keep things moving along. We're headed towards something. I just don't know what. Pole? Oh shit. Shit. No thank you. No thank you. Sigil stamped ruins litter the sky. Your crew are agitated. Ooh, the ruins are haunted, and I can feel that. Jesus. They say, and many engines go missing in the icy nook of the sky. Okay, I hate these things. I really do. They freak me out, they scare me, and I don't do well against them in combat. I don't like them. I would really not to be, I'd really like to not be dashed to pieces this early on, please. Well, this would help if I could aim. I'm trying to reserve my engines to be able to dodge. Oh fuck, that is not how you dodge. No. Don't read the sigils, warn the crew. Now we know why Mel is an MC. Yeah, I cannot lead my shots to save my life. Any successful hits you saw today and see if these were a fluke of that server doing weird server things. Oh fuck, oh shoot, oh shoot. Yes, that's a good time to overheat. The Scribe Spinster, defeated. The splintered remains of the spinster turn, slowly. The skies are full of fluttering paper. It is as if someone brought confetti to a funeral. So experience or... maybe some goods to sell? Yeah, she is MC Master Commendation Hunter. True. I think let's send out crewmen with axes. The scribe spinsters were wrought from bronze wood, now popular with London train wrights and cabinet makers. Your guns did their work too well, and the spinster has been reduced to smithereens. You managed to scavenge a bundle of arm-length, razor-edged splinters. Not enough for the train yards, but perhaps enough for replacement chair legs, or a handful of snuff boxes and well-to-do Londoner. So we got some money. You know what? I'll take that. But I don't think we should go this way. I think let's keep going this way. And maybe not perish to ghosts. What do we think? Because our hull is looking... oof, not good. We really use a port that could repair that. It might actually be worth it to head all the way down to New Winchester. But I feel like it's smarter to go for another transit relay. Or port, rather. You should go up, Corrington. We'll die. There's no respawning. We'll die. They'll all be over. And so soon, too. We've barely been in the sky a month. Here is for the weak. Achilles Hades won. It's not fear. This is a tactical retreat. That's what you call disengaging when the fight is one that will be lost. I'm ending up going north anyway is the downside for me. I don't quite know where I'm going at this point. And we're down to our last supply of each. Oh my bad, sorry. Salome's fall. Dang. We really don't have the supplies to spare for the bat, but I kind of need to know where a port might be. There's no way that's a port, but maybe we get lucky. Maybe. At least the locale is changing, if nothing else. Touch of the skies. Skyfarers, exposed to the haunting light of the stars, are prone to sudden obsessions and erratic behavior. An irregularity in the galley. The table is neatly laid, but the plates are glued in place and the cutlery nailed down. The culprit is quickly discovered when she tries to nail the chief engineer's hat to the chief engineer's head. Everything has its place, she explains when she's dragged before you. I don't think we do well with this. No, we don't. I don't have the supplies for this either. Let's just confine them to quarters where they can do no harm. A victim of the sky. They're no good to you in this state. You confine them to quarters and resolve to discharge them at the next port. The atmosphere aboard is subdued for a time, but it is understood that these things happen in the sky. The heaven's price, they call it. Down a crew, up in terror. That is not good for me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You do a spray pattern. Oh, that's not good for me. That's double not good for me. Oh my god. Pixel perfect whiff. That works for me. Thanks, buddy. This is mighty kind of you. Use a short range on that. Is it like a shotgun? Oh. We're good. Please have supplies on board though. Please, please, please. Okay. We might find something for our Tale of the Stars, but... or Song of the Sky, rather. But I think it's better to go for elements of hull. The star-maddened explorer is defeated. The crew of this withered engine has been driven mad by the winds and the stars and things that haunt the sky. Messy business. You exhort your crew over to get the damn superstitions and start stripping the explorer. They begin dutifully and gingerly, but soon begin to treat the explorer as an icon of all that they fear. Star madness, the thunder of guns, a wild death in the empty sky. They rip out plating and spare parts with frenzied glee. And we healed up a bit for that. Makes me happy. Might hold out long enough to actually get some supplies at a port. That would be nice. We're going towards something. Pray it's a port. A gloomy disquiet settles over your engine. Morale is fragile. Oh. You've little food left now. Soon, hunger will begin to bite. Tenebris. We discovered the remains of an old locomotive, victim of one of the innumerable perils of the sky. A wreck. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark, its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within? I feel like we should mourn the dead. I would like to do this, but it's a coin flip and we are really not in a good situation. So let's mourn the dead. It's proper. A simple ceremony. Doffed caps, a few words, a gloomy silence. But it helps. The only decency in the skies is that we bring ourselves. Our terror has fallen. Amazing. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh shit. Well, that's rude. Oh, there's debris in front of me. That's funny. Not like funny haha, but like a little funny. So rude sneaking up on me. I was kind of thinking that it was like an ambush spot because it was so quiet. We have a pretty good chance of success at unusual items. We could use money, but what will we find? And yet more gossip. The detritus of yet another skirmish in the Winchester War. Where are we headed? Is there yet another grave? Hold on. Did I miss it? I must have. Yeah, we don't have the fuel for me to be fucking around like this, though, to be honest. Is that the wreck? No. Yes? This is the one we looked at. Addison Wick. An abandoned signal box. The signal box has been blasted by weapon fire. Despite the holes, the shattered tiles, the fractured beams, it still has enough structural integrity for you to climb inside without risk. It was made with care and pride. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. Let's read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cash should note their name and ship and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. A recent entry. The handwriting is poor, but legible. Captain Flynn deposited supplies, superstitious after a run of bad luck. There is a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain describes the dapple of distant starlight falling over their engine. The long hours spent in the watchful dark, suddenly shattered by a dazzle of cold radiance. When will they know such splendor again? Hey, vision of the heavens, I'll take that. Thank you. And let's raid the cache. The captain who takes from a cache must later replenish it. This may mean enemy aids enemy, rival succors rival. Better that than bad luck. The luggage trunk is sturdy and vast, large enough to have held a modest family's worldly goods on the journey through the avid horizon. Left here, it still serves those braving the wilderness. Take supplies or fuel? We need supplies. We have a little fuel. We really need supplies. Whoever took these took care that the food was preserved and sealed away. It's still edible, with a bit of salt, maybe even pleasant. 2 engineers carry the crate from the signal box to your engine. Quartermaster will add it to your stores. Shouldn't you write in it and accrue a debt, or take without leaving a record? We can either write in the ledger and take on the debt, or not write in the ledger and our crew will be unhappy with us. We should write in the ledger. You will owe a debt. This is the done thing. Captain's name, ship name, home port, taking or depositing. Reason. There's even a space for any notes that suit your inclination. Oh, but I can pay it with sovereigns. I don't have to bring supplies back. So I could resupply the cash, right? Just with money? Am I understanding that right? You have a Skyfarer's debt. If you leave it unpaid, your crew fear it will bring bad luck. Well, we can't have that. No, we do have to give fuel or supplies. We will come back here. It is not a place to linger. The Stokers work vigorously. This place makes them yearn for the riotous camaraderie of New Winchester. We'll pay it back another time, probably. A homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. This homestead is plated in a patchwork of corrugated iron. As you land, the barrel of a rifle pokes out from a boarded window and fires, kicking up a spray of grass at your feet. How unfriendly. We can return fire or leave swiftly. We might lose crew, but that would be one less mouth to feed. We have kind of a coin flip at success. Damn it. A strategic withdrawal. It's no good. The house is practically a fortress, and the inhabitants are well armed. When an impeccable shot drops the crewman beside you, you decide to beat a retreat. We have lost one crew. But, good news. Lies will dwindle slower. You know, silver lining. On our last fuel, which is not a good thing, because I have no earthly idea where the next port is going to be. Oh shit. These things. You found a horror. One of the more disturbing landmarks in the high wilderness. Do not linger. Miners dug too deep into this world that disturbing a disgruntlement of cantankerite. Where is the horror? What am I seeing? And how the fuck do I get out of it? Please and thank you? Thank you for the hydrate, Daddy. You've little food left now. Please be food. It's not, it's hull. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. Ooh, and a stretch thing for that Leoptatsu. Oh my gosh, at this point we might end up looping back to New Winchester. My goodness. The prodigal son. A wreck? Let's see. We're kind of okay on hull. Let's try forcing open the doors to the hold. Frost has locked them, but a pry bar makes an effective key. God, I'm rolling poorly. A costly discovery. Your crew attach cables to the wreck to hold it steady as they pry apart the doors. A sudden gust of wind rocks both vessels, and the young man straining at the pry bar slips. He cries out, his hand mangled on a torn edge of metal. He is likely to lose his fingers. The treasure you retrieve from the hold will be little comfort to him. And we've lost him. Unfortunate. But a clasped jewelry box. Something precious has been concealed. A twinkle of gold upon a bed of velvet. A piece of worn jewelry. A name is inscribed onto it, too faded now to read. This wasn't money. We really need to not fight a marauder right now, though. Lipkin's Field. And a level up, which might heal us. That's really... that's not what's going to happen. So let's take a facet. Hearts have really been doing us dirty. Actually, everything's been rolling kind of terribly. Let's see. What did the Winds of Fate hold in store? Interesting. Let's go for this, because I like that we get an affiliation from it. Or let me take a look at this. The liberation of night. You began to hear of a secret sect or philosophy among the most extreme anarchist cells, the liberation of night. The liberation advocated revolt not only on earth, but in heaven. It claimed light was law, and that we would only be free in the dark. When a masked fanatic tried to convert you, how did you respond? You sent him packing. His words smacked of religion, which, as the Reverend Kingsley said, is too often an opium dose for keeping beasts of burden patient while they are being overloaded. I kind of want that moment of inspiration. Yeah, I think let's go for the moment of inspiration. Does Lipkin's Field have a port? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. I have no fuel right now. I have like 0 supplies. Please help me. Cracked glass. Recent damage to your engine cracked some of its windows. Now boisterous winds have shattered them entirely, exposing your crew to the maddening light of the stars. Shit, I can't do anything but leave them broken. Your crew will just have to endure the starlight and the draughts until you reach port. Star-smitten. The port corridors are awash with luminous starlight. It's no surprise when some of the crew were struck down by maladies of the mind. One of them raves at length about the things they saw in the starlight. The imagery lingers with you. Damn, we are hemorrhaging crew, dude. It's really not good. And we have a cantanker eye on us. That's triple not good. Oh my god. No. Please. Stressful? Can you please? Oh my gosh. Doesn't mean fish, it's cantankerous, one might say. Oh, I think we got it. A cantankerite, placated. The cantankerite are lumbering, half-fossilized isopods that will attack anything they disapprove of. Given that they are very ancient and murderously grumpy, that means almost everything. The largest chunk of the cantankerite still lives. They can be slowed to die. Stubbornness, perhaps, or the sluggish journey of signals along their calcified nerves. Mel showed that fish what for. Let's see. I guess let's listen to its last complaint. Its parting grumble is bitter and mournful. Your crew shared tales of the cantankerite to distract them from the noise. The cantankerite emits a long, flatulent eruption. It sounds as if someone had punctured a hippo. An engineer clears his throat. Once saw a herd of cantankerite mob a scorn fluke. Must have been 24 of them. So furious they impaled themselves on its spines to get at it. That's some experience, and more importantly, a sky story. Found one of these yet? Let's go. I can't remember what the hell we needed it for, but I remember we needed it a little while ago. Oh, the vagabond. The vagabond we wanted to hire. The looming bronze woods cast deep shadows, perfect hiding places for outcast killers and the desperate. Yep. Starry-eyed captains rove the wastes in search of fuel, supplies, and instruments of murder. I don't really want to deal with the Star Madden Explorer. I really want to hit a port, which is right here, maybe? A cannon smear? Oof. Oof. Oh, no, no. Oh, you... That is so rude. I don't have the fuel for this. I really don't. Oh, I really don't. I'm looking at my fuel, and I don't think I'm gonna make it. I just need to make it to port, brother. Can you let me do that? Surely there's a port around here. So we are fully out of food. Fuck. Escaped fumes. Your skeleton crew are unable to keep the engine in a necessary state of repair. This morning, a leak filled an aft corridor with gray, noxious fumes. 28%. Ugh. I don't know that it's gonna go well for me. I will try and do it myself, but... Yep. A forced leave of absence. The fumes are thicker than you realized. As you struggle to locate the leak, they overwhelm you. You wake a day later. The crew dragged you out and sealed the corridor. They've had to manage without you for the intervening period, and it has not been easy. A fungal fragment. In sky suits and spore masks, your crew hauls a porous asteroid aboard. The top half is veiled by a mesh of fungus, like minty crinoline. Lichen of all shades cling to the underside of the rock in an iridescent coating. Okay, I don't know that we can take on a terror, honestly. But we could get supplies, and we don't have any, so it's... Risk it? Damn. Yesterday's leftovers. Your cook hacks off the growths that look least inedible and tumbles them into a keg before slamming the lid. Oozing caps, virulent stalks, spools of frantic, writhing, spider leg-like roots. Your cook appears in your cabin the next day, hat in hands. Sorry, the frondules have got everywhere. Mold. Done what I can. You inform the crew they'll be on rations for the rest of the week. I mean, we're already there, so... Candle flame wickers in the dark. Wind howls through the plating. Your crew draw close as their bellies groan. I am incredibly against wind and I'm feeling it. Goodness. This might be endgame. We are adrift. The last of your fuel is gone. The fires of your engine dim and die. Your funnel coughs its last. Already the cold of the high wilderness is crawling frosty fingers across your windows. Your remaining hopes are all desperate. You have 3 chances to find a lifeline before the cold claims you. Correction, I have 1 chance. We can signal for hope. It is a desperate hope. The heavens are vast. Perhaps help will come, perhaps it won't. Perhaps something will come that you wish had not. Bad luck. Ooh, I might need help from Ollie with this one. Ride to Can't be right. Your signaler deploys every trick they know. Flares burning briefly bright. Flags flickering in the celestial winds. An SOS played shrilly on the whistle. Frantic Morse code stuttered into the night from your headlights. Will anyone respond in time? Alas, a marauder, jagged and clanking, intercepted your signal and closes in, looking for easy prey. Lure them in and try to steal some of their fuel. It's a risky plan, but at this point, is there any other kind? You will always lose crew, even if you succeed. Into the breach. You quench your lights and order the crew away from the windows. Your predator mistakes your engine for a wreck. They draw alongside, and you spring your trap. Wrenching open the hatch, you fling out grapples, lashing their engine to yours. Springing forth, you lead a desperate boarding action to plunder their fuel stores. You return to your locomotive with 2 precious barrels of fuel and fewer crew than accompanied you. Cutting the grapples, you feed your engines and thunder away. Your foe limps in the opposite direction. Perhaps they'll be more careful in their choice of carrion in the future. Okay, we're down to 1 crew. And not a great deal of fuel, and absolutely no supplies. We desperately need port. My goodness me. It is actually crazy we haven't found one yet. An unfortunate passing. Shaking hands, stomach pangs, delirium. As your crew starve, the accidents begin. A corpse has been found in the engine room. A ruptured pipe released a fatal jet of steam. The body's flesh is seared. Crew gather around. Someone's stomach rumbles. I cannot do this because I don't have a desperation. So we give the body to the skies quickly before someone suggests the unforgivable. Wash the body and wrap it in muslin. Gather the crew, conduct a simple ceremony, and mutter a handful of platitudes. Was the deceased really an example of diligence, or forthright, or well-mannered? Afterwards, open an external hatch and give the dead to the winds, the cold, and the gray, ghostly mists. We have no crew. This is not good. This is not good. This is really not good. This is like impressively not good. But we're out of the headwind, I think, at least. can't believe I can do anything with all that bronze wood. I would like to, but I don't think I can. I certainly cannot. But I can smack into it. That's amazing. I love that for me. How have I found 2 horrors and not 1 port? That doesn't make any sense. Video game. Unreal. Mutiny is nothing loyal. Even your engine rebels. You're all alone now. There are no engineers to repair the draughty punctures in the hull, or the persistent rattle in that cluster of pipes beneath the boiler. When you fix one thing, another breaks. Depressingly, it is the rattle in the pipes which kills you. The rattle becomes a clatter, the clatter a roar. It was accompanied by a hellish choir of shrieking pipes, and the boiler groaned like a dying whale. Alright, endgame. In fire and water. The explosion, when it came, tore out the rear half of your locomotive, mangling the steel into a blossom of pipes and plating. Perhaps you would have found it striking had you not been evaporated by the boiler rupture. Well, that's unfortunate. Should have gotten that premium air. Really good for not buying any. I swear we were on a mission to get money, to buy things, to make this not happen. But the good news is, not all is lost. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of words. Hold on. Not all is lost. They managed to reclaim the Orphean. Spatchcock reclaimed locomotive? Reclaimed locomotive. I don't know what this means. Convention did not dictate your predecessor's life. Their fellow Bohemians collaborated to provide this gift in their memory. Your predecessor worked for the Empire. To honor their establishment affiliations, you have been given a generous gift. The bank, after funeral expenses, passed on what was left from their estate. You inherit a copy of your predecessor's chart, though it lacks the details of their final voyage. You will begin your career with the benefit of some of your predecessor's experience. I like that you can adjust things as you restart. Brand new captain. What did we do last time? We did a revolutionary. Let's see. Let's be a poet. The pen, the ink, the blank, monstrous page. Poetry was popular in Old London. Some poets sought fame, others art. Some simply enjoyed bohemian company. 3 preeminent artistic movements have come to prominence. Which are your works most associated with? Let's go for mirrors. We took more veils last time. I'm gonna try a different build. It's a nice way to handle the respawn system built into the lore of the game. I really like it. It is not a restart, it is a continuing legacy. Much in the same way our captain passed the ship on to us, our ship passes on to someone else. For this person, this poet, of the schools, let's make them of Celestials. In Old London, they wrote nostalgically of the surface and the sun. Now they write of the stars and the treasures of the heavens. I do still think the Song of the Sky is the right answer for this person. I think it's a continued ambition we should do. I've got to redo her every time? And back to Archivist. This is a similar way to respawning a gladiator game I have. We who are about to die. I like that. The like callback to we who are about to die salute you. It's fun. I like it. Oh, I get facets immediately. That's crazy. Okay. Let's do it. 15 minutes of fame. One of your works propelled you to brief, sudden fame. You heard that even the captivating princess said something offhand and complimentary about it at a salon. Do we want an affiliation with Bohemia or a moment of inspiration? Let's go opposite build and see how it treats us. You flourished like a rose in the sun. Some said it went to your head, that it changed you. Of course it did. Isn't that the point? You blossomed in fame, and when it went away, you withered. I'm just kind of looking at what it gives me down here, and I like the moment of inspiration. A lost love. Love. The gradual erosion of that which separates you from someone else. The fitting together of two lives, as intricately and intimately as the threads in a tapestry or the cells in your skin. And when one of those lives ends, what remains of the other? You loved. You lost. How badly does it hurt now? Like a gnawing ache, a hole in the heart. You feel, always, that something is missing. In the middle of other things, you will look up and around and then remember that they will never be there. Oh, and we're straight back to New Winchester. Amazing. We still have a few people from last time. We can take the driver. We should definitely take the inspector. She has been useful in the past. Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She is short and square-shouldered in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It is embossed with the crown and hourglass of London's Horological Office, the body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. I'm hoping to book a passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Pay sounds promising. Thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault, I suspect. A gentleman fonder of brandy than of diligence. Here, an initial sum to seal our bargain. Port Prosper, ooh, new directions for things. That's worrisome. So Prosper is now south-southeast. A reminder that there isn't such a thing as north, south, east, or indeed west out here in the skies. Instead, London cartographers picked 4 of the brighter, more reliable stars visible from the Empress' new palace and named them north, east, south, and west. Londoners value familiarity. A scrubbed clerk begs a moment of your time. I represent Hellages, the banking house. I promise this will take only a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. He produces a folded contract with a flourish. We hear promising things about you, Archivist. Very promising indeed. We would like to extend our services. We provide a secure solution for the storage of your assets, absolute discretion, and steadfastness unto death beyond. We require only a signature. The offer is entirely complimentary, I assure you. At Hellages, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele. Hey, so we get a bank vault. Thank you. Yes, please, and thank you. There. It is done. I am certain that this represents the beginning of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day, Archivist. Oh, Mr. Menagerie is passing through New Winchester. A purveyor of fine scouts. A tattered poster by the station advertises the services of a Mr. Menagerie, purveyor of fine scouts. An accompanying picture displays a tall cloaked figure, slightly stooped, clutching an array of adorable little beasts close to its long chest. I guess let's visit the menagerie. The cloaked figure looks up as you approach. Its garnet-hued eyes gleam from the darkness of its hood. Scouts, it rasps hopefully, its voice like a cleaver on a whetstone. We trade scouts for things and stories. It leans closer to you. We are leaving soon. Well, we cannot afford anything. Oh my god, one of them's a guinea pig. A ratronaut? Oh my days. I want these things and I cannot have them. We won't be purchasing a new scout today. What a shame. And we are away. Mr. Menagerie nods its head. We are moving elsewhere soon, but we will leave a note saying where we have gone. We will have more things to show, and stories to tell. It turns away, humming an eerie tune to itself as it gathers up its things for the next leg of the journey. He is literally already left. That's crazy. Where are you going? The poster at the station has been torn down, and there is no sign of Mr. Menagerie itself. Cowled figures lurk in the fog, but none have a collection of adorable little beasts. The station master waves you over. Mr. Menagerie has left a note for you. Somewhere old, somewhere new. We go to the Regent's Obelisk, which you have made into a gaudy amusement. Me? We're okay on crew. We don't need to fix any hull or anything. We should get just a little something. Magdalene still needs seeds. Magdalene's provides comfort and sympathy to the weary skyfarer. Its host will tell you any lie you need to hear. Some of those lies require flowers. The amenable host wants up to 3 sacks of verdant seeds and will pay 80 sovereigns for each. Magdalene's lies to the southeast of New Winchester. That is also a new direction. Mags is southeast. Let's see. The Winchester Windows, rather. A mob, allegedly sponsored by the Windward Company, recently shattered some of the stained glass windows of Victory Hall, seat of the Colonial Assembly. A renowned glazier? And Titania has been commissioned to manufacture a replacement, even more magnificent than the last. She will pay for up to 5 panes of stained glass. Titania lies to the east of New Winchester. I don't know where to get glass, but I don't think there's a penalty for taking on quests. The glass can be reliably purchased at the Clockwork Sun and the Mausoleum, often salvaged from deranged dreadnoughts. Interesting. I've never been there. Oh. Right done. Whoopsie. I would really like 2 each. Oh, this is going to wipe us out. But God, we really need it. We really need fuel and supplies. We burn through them so quickly. We took this guy on last time. I think it's not a terrible idea to hire him. We really will need sovereigns, though, for our quests. Let's take him on. Okay. Last time, what we did, we essentially ignored. We thought we needed to go this way. We went this way in search of what we had to sell this way, and it did not work out well for us. So we need to go south, east. I think we go south, and then we curve east and see what we can find along the way. I think that is the move. Very nice. Let's see. Anything new? It's so close to New Winchester, but I'm just hoping we have the right way this time. Old stones and forgotten ruins lie tumbled across the sky. Oh shit. These ruins predate humanity. Their architecture is gargantuan and their purpose inscrutable. Oh, we can't even interact with this thing. That stinks. Let's try and get some precious stones from its carapace. Sometimes clusters of jasper, tourmaline, or agate can be found embedded in the calcified plates. Damn. Your efforts yield only modest results before a violent shudder racks the beast. 2 plates of carapace grind together. A crewman's hand was between them. His scream is thin in the hollows of the sky. And that's another one lost. This track really reminds me of Firefly. God, I miss that show. What else come? An abandoned signal box. The signal box is shrouded in gray. Close up, you see that the box is covered in delicate webs studded with cocoons. From the blue and white pattern of one bundle, it appears a spider has trapped a teapot. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. Let's read the ledger again, see if we get a good one. It's exactly the same one as the last time, but hey, we get a vision of the heavens. And we really do not need to scour the cache. So let's leave. This place was a folly. Already nature strives to claim it. It's not a place to linger. Oh, that was something we could have investigated. I thought it needed a saying, did it not? Oh, well, whoops. Where was that thing? Up this way? I think? Yeah. Stopped clock. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock is stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? Here's a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. Of course, I prefer things to be right more than twice a day. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. The fastidious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. We asked this last time of her, but this character didn't. What are the duties of an agent at the horological office? She sniffs. It is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the Empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in the opposite corner. How is an empire to function if it can't agree what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated by the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hours trade has seen to that. Tell me more about the hours trade. You've heard that the Empress awards her favorites with gifts of years to extend their lives, and that you can become rich, mining for hours to satisfy London's hunger for them. Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of workloads, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make my life more difficult when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of hours, and now even more have been found in the Reach. Miners dig for them from the ground. He looks momentarily wistful. I hope, someday, to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better part of my retirement. We avoided talking about the war last time, but let's ask. Shout out to the movie In Time. That is exactly the vibes of the hours trade. Was that Justin Timberlake, I want to say? And Amanda Seyfried, maybe? God, ages ago. An unfortunate business. There are those who feel that London is a long way away, and that they do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them tacketies, for the hobnail boots that are so practical out here. London, unsurprisingly, disagrees. The Windward Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interests in the region, sometimes very earnestly indeed. The Tackities call London's loyalists stovepipes, or our hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. And you, Captain, where do your sympathies lie? No loyalty to either side, I guess. I feel like we're probably going to side with the Tackities, but I don't think it's fair to a passenger to make them that uncomfortable. And we're not really going to fight in the war. We're just going to deliver reports sometimes, so no loyalty to either side. Perhaps you'd rather be left alone. Perhaps you're undecided. Perhaps you see the conflict as an opportunity. What a remarkable indulgence, she remarks with a raised eyebrow. Let's compliment her skills. Her hands are deft and sure. She polishes, she cleans, she reassembles. Thank you, she says, a small embarrassed silence. It's possible that the inspector is pleased. Rather hard to tell. We'll bid her a good evening. She's got work to do. And to you, Captain. I think I shall make a cup of tea. Sounds lovely. A little bit, actually. Right, we came from this way. We need to turn back around. We were coming up here for this. Okay, I was right. It does require a saying. Okay. Well, we wasted fuel. There is no way. There is a... No! We could pass that close to it and it didn't populate on our map? That's actually kind of crazy. Where did we pass by? UEP, it works great, Kenshin. A new smell behind the coal and the oil. The green, unlikely scent of apples. Wilkinsonstead? The village green. Oh, there's the relay. Thank goodness. Right by a contemporary. Nowhere in Port Avon. Now arriving at Port Avon. Behold, a ruin of giants. Gargantuan blocks jigsawed together, furred with moss and whispering with orchards. A bucolic village nestles amongst them. I just realized it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you, Kenshin. Thank you for the birthday wish. Let's disembark. A ramshackle dock juts into the sky beside a farmyard scattered with rusty locomotive parts, lading, piping, a chugging motor with its innards exposed. Oop. An oily-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. A rich knot of scent greets you, leaves and wood smoke, enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. Port Avon spills, prettily, across sections of colossal drifting ruins. Its orchards bask in the evening gold light of a distant nebula. I guess we have gossip to share. We should get the port report. This needs to be our first thing every time. I keep forgetting about it. The locals are willing to update you on the news. There's not much to share. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here, apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery. The villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. Let's share some exotic gossip with the locals. They're always hungry for news. the more trivial, the better. You make for the Nowhere, the local pub, where you can be sure of an audience. Ears bend to overhear your conversation about a London scandal. One resident even buys you a drink, an unquestionable honor. Oh, there goes our gossip. Hope it was good. What do we have here? We're at the port itself. What about the village green? A golden nebula scintillates above Port Avon's apple trees, allotments, eel fishers, and steepled church. Here you may, if you choose, immerse yourself in the village's quaint rhythms. Ooh, you have a sommelier? Someone has grafted brass wheels to the carcass of an old armoire and impaled its top with a jaunty damasked umbrella. A man stands behind it, flesh and finery the colors of the dawn, shepherding customers through their sampling of wines. Sweet wines, sour wines, subtle wines, and sinful. Spirits of every vintage, save, of course, the Hesperidian cider. He gives a small, sad laugh. I know, because I looked. This is the only place with real apples, but even here that cider eludes me. He beckons you with a gloved hand. Let's ask him about that cider. That's a good question. It's a rare vintage, unheard of and unseen since London. It merits investigation. Closer, closer. Come listen. Come here, come close and listen. You effervescent thing. I have a story. An associate of mine, he once gave me a sip of it. One golden drop to place under my tongue, and my life was changed. A carnivorous pleasure steeps in his voice as he speaks. I went back to the store immediately, of course. The price was too much. And then eventually the dreams dreamed away. And now I'm here, serving wine to drunks. His laughter is black and bitter. But the auroral sommelier gives you the address nonetheless, just in case. If you decide to risk the same grief, savor it for me. Interesting. Very interesting. The village green. The heart of the village, surrounded by orchards of real apple trees that were shipped through the avid horizon as seeds. An endowment of years from her renewed majesty grew them to swift maturity. Ooh, we can watch a cricket match. That's fun. The crack of willow on leather. A hesitant smattering of applause. How's that? The game could charitably be described as stately, but there is a moment of excitement when the batsman hits a six and the ball whizzes over the thatched roofs off the edge of the port and is lost forever in the starry depths. The audience groans. Play stops while someone goes to get another ball. We are wearing out our welcome. We need to go. We need to get out of here. Any shops that I can use? Seeds. Okay, we need 3. We need 3 sacks of seeds. Please and thank you. Can I afford that? I cannot afford that. I can do 2. We can watch a cricket match and fun! Don't go in the same sentence. Y'all got cricket down there? I thought that was just a thing for the Brits. Well, I guess you would inherit it then, right? Can we sell something to get the last bit here? How much would we need? Honestly, I'm kind of I'm reticent to do that given how expensive things are. We only have 8 sovereigns though. We have 8. This costs 25. It is time for some elementary level math. So, we need 17. And they will buy fuel for 20. No. They'll buy supplies for 20. We can risk it. Try and make it to mags. I think I'd rather. Indeed, it's rather big here. Cricket? Weird. But it's not fun to watch. Just staring at a bunch of blokes standing in a field doing nothing for hours on end. I think I'd rather watch grass grow. Brother, it sounds like you are watching grass grow. That's awful. Alright, let's risk it. Let's go for broke. Let's go for broke. Let's see if it works. We are spilling over with seeds. We need to get to Magdalene's. Magdalene's is southeast of New Winchester, southeast. So we can try cutting across this way, and if we luck out, this will have been worth it. But we really need to luck out. That's what I'm saying, Tatsu. Isn't that what cricket is? Watching the grass grow on the field? Sorry, pitch? Pitch, I presume. Okay, we're gonna try and find mags. If we can, we will dock, we will call it there for the night, we will find a friend to raid out to. If we can't, we'll see what we find instead. The clamor of New Winchester can be heard on the wind, familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Also, Australia has won the Ashes? What? More times than England has. So yeah, big enough on the side of the pond. The pitch is a brown strip in the middle. The rest is a field. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see, maybe south? New Winchester built watchtowers here in a fruitless attempt to deter marauders. Meaning we're probably going to find marauders soon. Gonzo, you are on the board for the next scratch. Yep. Hey. Nostrum Melis. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, that was pixel perfect. Well done, Mel. Can't understand why people want to go stand out in the midsummer sun in Australia for 3 days in a row watching a ball come their way. Oh! Mags is behind us. How do we pass it? How do we keep passing ports? Lights in the distance. Stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Manchester. Leave me alone! Bro. You were joking with that. Absolutely not. Leave me alone, leave me alone. We're gonna have to deal with this, actually. That is wild behavior, dog. He's gonna ram strat and then we'll dodge. I don't think even he knows what he's doing at this point. I'll take it. I don't think I hit it, but maybe I did. A wreck. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark, the engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. Let's mourn the dead. It's proper. A simple ceremony, doffed caps, a few words, a gloomy silence. But it helps. The star-maddened explorer is defeated. The crew of this weathered engine has been driven mad by the winds and the stars and the things that haunt the sky. Almost a fair coin flip. Let's... Ooh, or random treasures. We're kind of okay on crew. Let's loot the hold. Perhaps the engine was transporting something valuable when the crew succumbed to star madness. What could it be? An intriguingly bulging sack. How pleasantly it rattles. A stopped vial falls out of the sack. After sufficient shaking, a collection of gathered disappointments that someone might be willing to pay for. So we have some souls. Amazing. Oz is allegedly the most successful team in the Cricket World Cup, too. 6 wins.
Zanzibar!
For Zanzibar. 6 wins and appearing in the finals often enough. This is clearly taken from Google, as I had no fucking idea on the status of cricket in the world. It was too peaceful. We're not even to mags yet. You don't even know how peaceful it can be. Though it will be interesting. I've only ever been to Magdalen's while I've had a touch of sky madness. Never before and never without. So I'm a little curious. A cold and flinty part of the sky. Miners dug too deeply here. Oh no, this is gossip. This isn't mags. Whoops. The homestead. A small group is dancing in the yard before the homestead. There's little rhythm to the dance. It is the exuberant limb-flinging of the truly happy and the substantially drunk. I guess let's join them? The dancing is focused around a young pair wrapped in each other's arms. To one side is a table, replete with the reach harvest. Several swollen gourds, what might be a large purple melon, and some definitely not grapes. Ellie's here. What in the world is this game? This is a small indulgence. This is called Sunless Skies. A child tries to pull you into the revels. Her father smiles and apologizes for her forwardness, but reiterates her invitation. Guests are helping themselves to the food. Others are dancing. Let's, we're low on stores. Let's eat wedding cake, I guess. It's huge. Over-catered is an understatement. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted. Never heard of it. It's by the same people who made Sunless Sea, which I think was a browser game, potentially. The writing is impeccable, and it's one of the reasons why I like it so much. You can make a series of difficult decisions, try your best as a captain. We've already fail-stated. This is our legacy. So the captain that came after. I really enjoy it. It's a very bizarre setting, but it's a very intriguing one. And we haven't even gone to a new transit relay. We are still just in the reach. I like this game. And not many people have heard of it from what I've run into or the conversations I've had. A harried groomsman cut slice after slice. Please take it, or I'll be eating it for months. Well, it's the least he can do. And we got supplies for that. Amazing. Okay. This is not mags. We need to start going this way again. Also never heard of Sunless Sea. Sunless Sea, kind of similar to this. The UI is a bit clunkier, but it is an older game when they were still finding their footing. Very imaginative setting after the fall of London, when the sea overtook it. This is sort of next round. He has his cake but doesn't want to eat it. Shocking, isn't it? Some people live that way. Ooh, that reminds me, I have tiramisu in the fridge. Oh, that's gonna be so good later. The holdover until I get homemade cake next week. But I'm not gonna cry about tiramisu. That is... How's the birthday weekend going so far, though? I'm enjoying it. It's been quite nice. Had a good sale with a good friend yesterday. Got to update file database. Played some Phasma. We've gone some Strawberry. Excuse me. hung out with good friends. Got to see all of you lovely people today. And, moreover, y'all have indulged me more than I thought you would in letting me play this bizarre little game. Wait a minute. You have the wrong toggle, silly. Switch to your Sunless Sky toggle. Oh, yeah, shoot, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I don't have one. If we keep up with this, I might make a Sunless Sky toggle. But only if we keep up with this. And I don't know, enough of you have stuck around that maybe you don't hate this. Or maybe it's just the voice and you've fallen asleep. Who's to say? I'm fine either way. Let's see. Sovereigns are unusual items. We're poor. I would like sovereigns, please. Your guns have reduced the door to a smoldering heap, but sovereigns are surprisingly durable. The marauders haunt the Reach like bats in an attic. They spend their ill-gotten gains in the more licentious ports, acquiring sins in the riot of lustrum, before weeping their confessionals at Magdalen's. But a few meager funds remain. She's toggling, confirmed. Imagine. I frequently toggle in CSGO, actually. The unusual items were probably a win condition. I mean, sure, but not running out of fuel is also a win condition, and I have no money for more of it. Or supplies. My supplies are flashing at me. They're angry. I have angry supplies. It is a bad thing to have. Where do I go, Bat? Tell me. Oh my god, it's right behind us. Good scout. Good Bat. Can we stop at Magdalen's, Captain? The stoker pleads. We've been too long in the sky. The impertinence. Right by Perkins Cops, too. Magdalen's! Oh, I love this place. And we can turn in those seeds for sovereigns. A new port. The crew are eager to see what it has to offer. I hear a train, but I see a flashlight. The House of Small Comfort. Magdalen's is the closest thing many skyfarers have to a home. It offers services to alleviate the strain of a life spent too close to the stars. Let's head on to the House of Small Comfort. The glass spires of Magdalen's pierce the clouds like swords. Shadowed figures can be seen moving through the gleaming corridors, their identities obscured by the hued glass. Crowds of skyfarers, ministry officials, and merchants mill about the forecourt in varying degrees of distress. All watch the clocks set in the great clock tower, waiting for their appointed hour. Let's see. Definitely port report. Always port report. Report often and early. Magdalen's is a popular destination. Someone will no doubt be interested to know how things are here and who has been seen here. Thank you for the hydrate, Belly. Magdalen's is abuzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed than a clamor goes up at the front desk, guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord Blank was seen in conversation with the amenable host. The East Wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguished admiral was seen with his second-in-command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. Let's see. Let's talk to the host. There may be business to discuss with them. A waiting list. Unfortunately, the host has many calls on their time, and you have yet to become a known face around these parts. Perhaps, once you have availed yourself of the services, they will have time to speak. Well then, let's speak with an attendant. The staff at Magdalen's promised treatments for the deleterious. Ooh, it's a new word. Deleterious? Deleterious. Excuse me. Did I have that right? Causing harm or damage. Oh no, deleterious was right. Interesting. Thank you for the save joints. Let's get started on that. Deleterious effects of the high wilderness. Loneliness, desperation, folly, regret, love. An attendant in the foyer schedules appointments with the aid of a hefty daybook and a very accurate clock. They are eager to explain the procedures and the rules that govern here. This is a hospital for the spirit. Our staff will become the person you need. You may say farewell to a doomed comrade, resurrect an old love, spar with a defeated enemy, all for a fair price. But do not overindulge. Our services are to heal, not to become an addiction. A crewman returns to your locomotive. Their eyes are red, but they can't seem to stop smiling. I don't really want to talk to, like, discharged patients. That seems wrong to do. Let's see. Our terror is okay, so let's treat our nightmares. We even have them. For some cases of sleepless nights lost in formless terror, of persistent night terrors and elusive dreams, more severe treatments are required. In these somber chambers of red and gold painted glass, the worst feelings of the heart are treated. Nope. I have no nightmares, so I'm good. Let's go to the shops. I have your seeds, Magdalene. It only took us all day, but we have your seeds. Please give me sovereigns. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. The amenable host smiles. Just what we needed. Although I must admit, I do miss roses and lilies and bluebells. Still, these celestial blooms have their own virtues. Some of them weep, you know. He pays you a generous gratuity. Amazing. They have munitions. I don't know if anyone needs those yet. We should buy more supplies and more fuel. I feel like maybe 3 and 3 is a good starting without going fully for broke. You already got off, saw your nightmares are over. Oh, Ellie, if you could have seen the servers today. Oh my days. Nightmare is correct. Nightmare is exactly what it was. It was a time. It was a time on the seas. Those servers were having a chugging time of it. Lagfest? Yes. Oh my god, we were both like stuck or teleporting through the entire ship. It was monstrous. It was an unholy, terrible thing. Nothing could be done for it, you know? Maybe turn the toggle off next time. Yes, that's my problem. I was too cracked. I was too cracked. Okay, we found Magdalen's. We haven't found Port Prosper, that's fine. That'll be the next location. We'll do that, I guess, next time? Are we gonna do it next time? What do we think? Has this been calming? Has this been a good time? Y'all stuck around long enough. I hope you liked it. Otherwise, hello, your computer is frozen. It's the opposite of your fridge running. You might want to catch it. But no, thank you guys for hanging around. And for those of you who did, there were so many wonderful people who signed a birthday card for me that I did not know would be coming. Thank you so much. If you're one of those incredibly kind and wonderful people, reading that was heartwarming on a level I didn't think I could feel. And you know, as someone who begins in each stream saying good morning, afternoon, and good evening, someone who says that to my audience every time I go live, for some reason I didn't piece together that might have a consequence of like hearing happy birthday ring out around the world as it did in this community. It was very sweet getting notifications either through the Discord or through DMs. Happy Australian birthday, happy French birthday, happy West Coast birthday. I think I even got a German birthday in there at some point. But touching on a level I did not anticipate. And thank you so profusely from the bottom of my heart to all those who were insanely generous today with their time, insanely generous with any kind of redemption on stream, any follow, any subscription, any gift, any bid. It all means the absolute most, genuinely. And so I can stop being mushy because I don't know how to talk about my feelings easily. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's find someone for you to pass that love along to. Let's see. Who is alive? Who's alive? I see a few friends who are alive. You've had a nice calming time with me. But what if we went into some chaos? It looks like CT is diving Hourglass again, or he's desperately diving for a functional server. Hard to tell. Always hard to tell. Well, let's find out. Let's find out together. Let's see how he's doing. Raid out to CT. Mini. Maniac. Look at that raid going. We will have the schedule up in the Discord tomorrow. If you are not there, feel free to join in. We would be happy to have you. I'll plan to see you guys. I guess on Tuesday is the next one, but we'll make sure that schedule goes out tomorrow. So, raiding out to CT, be kind to him. More importantly, be kind to yourselves as I would be kind to you. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will plan to see you in the next one. Like what you saw? All of it was recorded live over on Twitch. So come join us in chat and be part of the fun. We'll see you in the next one.